Hello and greetings. Good morning. Good afternoon as well. Good evening if you are reaching out to me from anywhere around the world. My name is Augustine and I'm here to give us another broadcast. And as usual, the broadcast I give pertains to the happenings within our Simply Brilliant community. And today, I'm here to give us a quick one as regards the summary of yesterday's mass adoption meeting. There is a lot that I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to take my time to, dig into it one at a time. Yeah. So, yesterday's mass adoption meeting was very wonderful. And before I move into the mass adoption meeting, I would like to first of all address a few things. The first thing I want to address is a voice message that was released recently, about 2 days ago, by the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community. And the reason why that voice message was released was because a lot was going on in the community, and the Chief Justice needed to come out and address the community. So I'm going to summarize it. I would have played it, but because of the number of activities that I have to give out this morning, I may not be able to play it all. I will be able to only play a few, or should I say, summarize. Let me make use of that word, summarize. Now, when the Chief Justice began, he began by emphasizing on love. The Simply Brilliant community is based on the principle of love and respect for one another, and that's the whole truth. He made us understand that, as our name implies, we are called Simply Brilliant Community. And there are characteristics that pertains to a community such as ours. Number one, we are private. Number two, we are not within the jurisdiction of any government across the world. Refer back to our public notice. We have declared our standing as a private society, and anybody that joins us are joining us based on our lawful terms, not legal terms. There are differences between lawful and legal. We are based on a lawful term, not a legal term. Legality has to do with government implication and endorsement. We are not being endorsed by any government. If you check the dictionary meaning of lawful, it means it pertains to your creator. When you look at the holy books, most of the things that are there are lawful things, which was instituted by your creator, my creator, our creator. So we are private and we are standing on that ground, which is a lawful ground. Now, he also emphasized on the fact that if the Simply Brilliant community are silent, it does not mean that we are unwise. If we are silent, it doesn't mean that we are foolish. If we are silent, it doesn't mean that we are consenting to the information that other people are giving. It simply means that we have an attitude, and that attitude is we are slow to act, we are quick to listen, and we are also quick to, we are slow to act, we are slow to react, we are slow to action, but we are quick to listen, we are slow to act. So this is one of the things that Bederick talked about: quick to listen, slow to act. And we've been listening for some time, and we are still listening, and we'll continue listening. And I don't want you to get carried away with the fact that we are listening and we are not reacting. That doesn't mean that we are not taking note of everything that is going on in our Simply Brilliant community. For those of us who may not know, my name is Augustine. I am a member within this community, and I'm also a member of the Privy Council. The Privy Council, after the administration of this community, is the body, highest organized body in our community. And I happen to be a member within this community. So I'm giving you informations that are very valid, not informations that are twisted. Some people are having informations that are twisted. And I'm here to debunk those information based on what Chief Justice has already said. I'm here to emphasize and re-emphasize on the informations that he has given. Please, I want you to understand that whoever it is that has given us or has given the community and informations, and a good number of the people are believing those informations, I stand to debunk those informations. Please disregard those informations. It is not correct. Those informations are concocted informations. They are mixed with a bit of truth and a bit of a lie. And of course, when you have a few truths and a few of a lie, it ultimately results to becoming a lie. When you use the lie and then you support it with some ungodly actions, it is ultimately a lie. There are a few people doing all these things, and I want you to be very, very intelligent and careful about informations you are consuming. So many people, especially over here in Africa, are consuming very wrong informations. And the unfortunate thing is that the people propagating these informations are known as renowned leaders in our community. But I stand here to say that their leadership has been compromised because one of our policies is do not speak negative about our community. It is one rule that our community stands on. Do not speak negative about our community. Any individual that is a leader and is supposed to have known these policies and is going contrary to it means that their leadership has been compromised. So I am standing here to tell you, listening to me, to beware of any leader that is telling you any information that does not come from the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community or myself, who is also a member of the Privy Council or the administration. Of course, the administration is the number one person in this community, and any information that doesn't come from him or doesn't come from the Chief Justice or doesn't come from myself or any other member within the Privy Council should please be disregarded. I want us to take note of these informations and work intelligently because it appears that a good number of people are buying into those false informations. They are false. And in due course, in due time, the administration will address it. So many people are saying that the administration hasn't said anything yet. It is true, he hasn't. But that doesn't mean he's not aware of what's going on. That doesn't mean he doesn't have all the informations. He has the right information. He would address it in due course. The attitude of the community is we are slow to speak, we are slow to act, and we are quick to listen. That's who we are. So I want you to understand that when we are ready to address these matters, we will address it. And we would also make sure that adequate, would I say, justice is given to those who need to, be addressed, and justice will be served in due course. Now, this is the summary of the voice message that Bederick gave. Bederick took time to address everybody in the community, and he was emphasizing from the perspective of love, and he's still emphasizing from the perspective of love. Bederick said, if you choose to join us, it's your choice. It's freely your choice. It's not being forced on you. He clearly said that if you choose not to join us, it's also not forced on you. We are a community that comes in at free will, and then you can also leave at free will. The terms and conditions has already been applied even before you joined us. So I address and I advise anyone who will join to make sure that he gets himself properly informed before joining our community, because we have terms and conditions, and we are not going to change these terms and conditions for anybody. This should be very clear. Okay? Now, he also said that he wants the community to grow. That's it. But that if people choose not to make it grow, well, it's their choice. Now, he also said he's not giving up anytime soon, and that he has a very long way to go in this community, and that he's willing to pay the price. He said that this community is not feeding him, and that he has a whole lot of businesses that he's into, and that he can build. He has learned something from this community which has to do with building. He can build from scratch, from any level, and build teams. And that's one responsibility that all of us should have in this community, building teams. We are not willing to build, and it's one challenge that is holding us back, which we'll address in today's mass adoption summary. All right, so this is the much that I have to say about the update the administration, sorry, that Chief Justice gave. So we're moving now into the summary of yesterday's mass adoption meeting. Please, if you're just tuning into my broadcast for the first time and you haven't yet subscribed, do well to subscribe to my channel. And then also click on the notification bell so that anytime I'm on live, you'll get the notifications. Finally, a thumbs up will be appreciated. Thank you. Now, in yesterday's mass adoption meeting, the the admin of the community began by telling us the reason why this community was created. Yeah, he began by saying that this community was created from the perspective of love, and that he already has an oversight of where the world is moving. And if you look into the scriptures, it has already been written there. The elites are working towards creating a one world government that will stifle the freedom of humanity. Now, the administration said that humanity has every right to live freely on earth, and they should be able to agree upon matters. I mean, deliberate upon matters, discuss it among themselves, and then let it become a law. You know, it should be something that humanity should be able to express their minds as they wish. This has been the reason why he created this simply brilliant community. He made reference to history and said that there are times where humanity were in dark ages, and dark ages did not allow them to express their minds. And that if nothing is done in this community and in the world at large, that humanity will find themselves in another dark age. This is the reason why he created the simply brilliant community. He also went forward to talk about classes as regards this community. You know, he made reference to, or he made an instance and called Bederick and asked him a question concerning a surgeon and a dishwasher. That what is going to be the consequences if both of them are paid the same amount? And Bederick was saying it's going to be a good idea, you know. But then Carl Dasher interjected and said, no, it's not going to be a good idea, you know, because the surgeon spent years in the university, studied, and then got his first degree and several other degrees. Whereas the dishwasher can do it. I mean, any other person can be a dishwasher. So there is nothing spectacular about being a dishwasher. So if the surgeon has spent so much years building experience and then comes back and is paid the same thing as a dishwasher, it's not going to be fair. So this is why he started the first instance of setting up the administrative cadre, which are core team, backup team, and the rotator team. And of course, each of them are getting different returns every month. The core team gets 200 SBC monthly, backup team 100, and then the rotator team 50. Now, that's the first level of classification in the community. All of them are going to become governments in the community when we have built our membership to a certain point. But at the level it is, they would never get the same amount of return. I mean, they are not going to get the same rewards because of when they came in. This is what the administration said. And those who come in earlier enough and hold on, those who come in earlier enough and they stay, they stand a better chance of enjoying these benefits. And he classified them as those coming in from 2022 upwards. You know, so that's 2022 and 2021, and then going into the creation of this system. That those who have stayed till this point are those that stand a higher chance of benefiting from this movement if they remain, if they stay committed to the cause. That they are the ones to enjoy the mass of it, because come to think about it, a good number of them are having a sufficient amount of coins. In fact, some of them have so much more. Some of them have so much more that I can't even say talk about it. I can't even call the amount in this particular broadcast. But they have as much as 10,000. Some people have much more than that. Some have as much as 20,000. Yeah, a few people have as much as 50,000 and much more, much more. So these are the people that are expected to build the community, because the concept of this system is called meritocracy. And meritocracy has to do with meriting whatever thing that you have acquired over time. Now, some people say that it's not fair that we are supposed to enjoy the benefits in the system, because we have something in the system. But the administration says that there is no enough liquidity to give to those who want it, because we are short of members. The concept of this system is designed on leverage, and leverage has to do with, you come in and then you bring in at least two people, and then you duplicate on those two people. The two people bring in two people each. This is the minimum requirement. For the system to succeed, we have to be able to leverage. And so far, so good in the community. We are about 50,000 or so. As at now, I speak to you. When you refer back to your core team section, you would see it. However, by the end of today, there is going to be a modification. The administration gave room for people who fell off from January till, I think, last month. He brought them back in, placed them in their position, and gave them an opportunity to pay their subscription fee. And those who fail to do so will be removed, and this time it's going to be permanent. Now, if you decide to make your payment at this point, you are going to find yourself on Rotator 23, because the promo had ended as far back as April 30th. That's when the promo ended. So those who took advantage of it, we are going to find out before the end of today. From the core team, we are going to see the real numbers that are on the core team, on the backup team, and on the rotator team. So moving forward on the update of the administration said that he wants to see that this community are able to raise themselves out of the morass of poverty. Now, one of the things called poverty is mindset. Everybody wants to have it. Some people are saying, we have money in the system, we can't access it. But have you been able to raise yourself out of the morass of poverty mentally? You are supposed to be able to think, talk, and act like a billionaire. And one of those things is going out there to talk to people, telling people about the opportunity that we have, boldly and confidently, and then influencing them into buying into this idea that has been put out by the community, put out by the administration. It's a vision, and we can achieve that vision collectively if we're able to pay attention, if we're able to do the needful. Now, the admin also said that there is a blog that will be coming out shortly, most likely today. And on that blog, he shared his screen, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to make a screenshot. But on that thing that he shared, he talked about members that are present in the community will be able to gain so much rewards, when we leverage. And the leveraging means when the number of people coming in as at now are more than the number of people that are making withdrawals. So it clearly means that people who come in and pay their subscription fee, maybe monthly, maybe quarterly, maybe biannually, maybe yearly, and remain in the system, we who are already in the system will leverage on them and make good returns and make good benefits. And the administration is still of the opinion that the number of people present in the system, which are core team, backup team, rotator team, at the moment, roughly 50,000 as I speak, should be double for the Rotator 23. For us to be able to have access to withdraw our money from the system, because if we don't have that, then we can't generate enough liquidity to access our funds. And this community is not moving away anytime soon. The administration expressed his concerns by saying, if we do not go to work, there is every tendency that what happened in the month of April will repeat itself again in this month of May. And what was that? That towards the end of the month, all the administration was able to do is to pay off bounties. Now, paying off bounties simply means that those who worked the system will get back their reward. If you work the system will pay you for efforts being made. And I hope we are able to unanimously work together to see that those who have their money in the buyback are able to access some of their money or all of their money this month. It's our effort, our collective effort that will make it happen. If you are listening to me here and at the end of this you just sit back and do nothing, then you are not helping the community to grow forward. You must be able to put your hands on deck and make efforts. Most of us are already discouraged. It's understandable, but shove it off and move on. Because if you don't shove it off and move on, you are actually endangering yourself further. Because many of you are of the opinion that you won't fall out. Are you aware that the price of GGR or gold will appreciate this year? It's going to appreciate so much because you are aware that the banking systems are falling apart. The banking systems are losing it. And as at now, some banks have fallen already in the United States and more will fall in other countries. And what will happen is that the people will just naturally move to gold. And when they move to gold, it will cause a demand, a much more demand for gold. The price will skyrocket. So your 8 grains of gold that you are seeing now, that is roughly $35, will soon become $40. And shortly it will get to $45, maybe $50. Would you also say you wouldn't fall off and you just hold on without leveraging? I want you to understand that as long as you keep leveraging, there is a point we are going to get to maximum force. I mean, we're going to get to a certain level of numbers that we will be able to unlock what we have in our system. It's in our hands to make it happen. Many people don't want to do anything. You want to fold your hands and then become a billionaire. Listen, we called it the Simply Brilliant community. And the administration in the meeting yesterday said that he's eradicating the concept called poverty class. And that as we build this system into 1 billion, that there will be 3 categories of people. The first are going to be the banks. You call them the banks, you can call them the government, you can call them the administrative cadre, call it as you wish. But that's the first class of people, which would comprise of 111,111 core team, backup team, rotator team. Now, another class of people, which would also be the billionaires. Now, the billionaires and the millionaires are slightly the same thing, but they are not all the same. The responsibility that will play out or that a billionaire will handle will be slightly less than the millionaire, but they are going to work the community, and as long as they work the community, they would also get rewards. If you do not work in this system, you would get nothing. It is a system and it is designed that way. But merit means when you come in on time and you are lucky to see that you came in when the distribution is still early, you would benefit more than those who come in much later. You should also know that you must stay committed on this course. Failure to stay committed on this course and then you fall off, it means your rewards and everything you've acquired so far will be let go. I mean, you would lose it. And then coming back into the system, even if your account expires for a second and you renew it, it means you have extended your reward for another 1 year, and all you have acquired for that particular time, from when you came into when your account expired, will be lost. So this is what is required. This is the condition of becoming a member and a billionaire in our community. It is written clearly and it should be spelled out clearly. Okay, now I said there are 3 categories: the banks, the billionaires, or the working class, or will I say the businessmen, and then the employee section. So the billionaires and the millionaires are under the businessmen. The only difference is that the billionaires will gain more than the millionaires. Okay, now the billionaires will have between 1 SBC coin to maybe 100 SBC coins so far in the distribution phase of this course, maybe 1 to 100, depending on when the billionaires come in. And if they are lucky, they can have slightly more, but they wouldn't have as much as the last person on the rotator team. The rotator team will be getting 50 SBC coins every month, and there's nothing that can be done about it. Whether you like it or not, this is how the system will be. Now, the reason why is because these ones will provide liquidity. The administrative cadre, the founders will provide liquidity for the billionaires, for the millionaires. And the billionaires and the millionaires are the ones that will think things out. They have ingenious ideas and they need fundings. Those fundings will come from the administrative cadre team. It may be core team, backup team, or rotator team, depending on the size of the project you want to execute. This is what the administration intends, and he still intends it, and he will achieve it. Now, the last category are going to be the millionaires. The millionaires will be the ones to create jobs, and then will employ labor. When they create jobs, they employ labor, and those labor are the employment zone. And the employment zones are the ones that will be paid a very dignified income. This is how the structure of the community will be. Whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, it will be that way. But we have to work it. If we don't work it, then don't expect to get anything in return. This is the sincere truth. And if we choose to fold our hands, the system will remain. The system will continue to cash flow based on those that are working it. The administration also said that if the community does a good job by, encouraging him this month, that he's going to release buybacks for a few people. It depends on what the community can offer. If the community offers well, then he should be able to address the buyback. He also said that after the buyback, that the staking will also be addressed. It's not going to be too far from now. Maybe it will happen this month. Most likely this month, next month, or maybe July. I don't know. But it is based on how the community reacts that will determine the next action the administration will give. So this is what the administration said. Now, as regards the exchange, he said that when we have been able to overcome the buybacks and the staking, then the last thing we'll be looking into are going to be the exchange. So I want you guys to just hang on, because it's going to happen soon. It's going to happen sooner than you expect. Some people are thinking that your funds has been lost. No, what the admin wants us to do is to put hands together, and lift humanity out of the morass of poverty. We should be able to walk the system by ourselves. Failure to do so means we are extending this journey. A journey of 40 days, we are extending it more than 40 days. So I don't want us to get discouraged. Encourage yourself and make efforts, because without making efforts, we are not going to help ourselves. Okay, so this is the summary of the meeting that took place yesterday, and I may have not addressed the question section because people asked a whole lot of questions. But the summary of what I have said is that we should hold on, and we should also encourage people to join the community. This is all that is required of us. Now, some people say that it's a networking thing. It's not a network thing, okay? It is what you call an interdependency structure that we are creating. Well, a bit of networking is involved, but the network is not first level, second level, and all that. Now, what we are doing is we are unlocking the billionaire inside of you. That's what we are doing. There are categories, there is an attitude that billionaires have. Number one, billionaires are confident sets of people. Billionaires has what you call a very convincing spirit. Billionaires are very good at negotiation. Billionaires are able to come to a compromise as regards business matters and make it happen. Now, which of them do you have? Or are you just there, and then when they pay you your salary, you use it to pay for your subscription fee, and you lack all the skills and the ability to become a billionaire? You have never spoken to anybody before. You don't even have any downline. And all you are just doing is hoping that someday, sometime, you become a billionaire. Billionaires don't happen by mistakes. Billionaires don't happen by accident. Even if you become a billionaire, you would lack the management skills to be able to manage businesses around you or do anything at all. So you have to learn this thing. It is an inevitable thing. For this community to succeed, it must happen. It's expedient. It must happen. The only thing is that we don't know if you will be among them when the time comes. The question is, are you going to be? You have to answer it yourself. It's not me that will answer it. If you choose to become, then fine. If you choose not to become, that's also fine. But the truth is that at some point, this is a project that is put out by our creator, and we are put out to save humanity. The elites are planning something dangerous for us, and it's not in approval of our creator. So this system was put out to save humanity while they implement their transhumanism agenda. It won't happen because the community is existing. And we are in a timeline. The earlier we act, the better for us. Okay, so this is the much that I have to say. And now the last thing I'll be talking about before I call this meeting to a close in the next 5 minutes or so is about a program that I got to know about recently. Now, the reason I'm bringing this program out is because I have consulted with the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community, and he has given me the go ahead to express this program to everyone who cares to listen. And before I will continue, do well to like. If you haven't liked this broadcast yet, like, share, and subscribe so that people can get to know about it. Remember, sharing will really be helpful. Now, this program, first of all, is put out not only for members of the Simply Brilliant community, it is put out for everybody. And the administration is in the know of this program. And the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community has discussed it with him. The idea came from the Chief Justice and it was looked upon, and it was quite, he loved the idea. The administration gave him a thumbs up. Now, that is the reason why I'm here to express this proposal and this particular opportunity to you and I. Now, why I'm bringing this to you is because I know that it's going to help you. Some people are not able to raise money to pay their subscription fee, and a good number of them are complaining and they are sorry, it's like the network is being all right. Sorry about that. The network acted up. Now, I was talking about something. And it was a project that I did say has gotten the approval from the administration of our community. Remember that I said it's not for the Simply Brilliant community alone, it is for everybody. But this program is something that will help you to be able to pay your subscription fee easily. Those people who want to work and are willing to work, I think this program is going to benefit you very well. So I'm going to share my screen now so that we're going to look into the program. Within the next few minutes, I'll be done and that'll be it. Then entertain questions. People will ask questions if you want to ask questions. All right, now my screen is now being shared. The name of this program is called Fund Africa. That's the name of this program. And this program was purely put out there to help you, to help me, so that it's easy for you and I to pay our subscription fee without stress. Now, that's one of it. It's not the only reason why this program was put out. The reason why this program was put out is simply because the administration is interested in helping humanity. So this is a humanitarian cause, and he wants to see that you and I can push the cause of saving humanity. The Simply Brilliant community is a humanitarian cause as well. And if things goes well, the administration is so interested in this program, in this project. If things goes as planned and the humanity or the people in our community embraces this program very well, the administration can begin to consider it as a form of way to do goodwill for humanity. Of course, we know what goodwill is about. Sometime last year, I handled goodwill where the administration gave me about $10,000 to feed the indigent. When you refer back to our public notice, to our ambassador section in our Kringle Cashback office, you would find out more about it. So I was able to handle it, and it was a project that I wish it can happen again. And this program is giving you and I an opportunity to do it in our own way. That's what this project is all about. Okay, and it's not limited to only ambassadors. You can also do the goodwill. It's not just going to be only ambassadors that will do goodwill. This project is such that the administration can reach out to you directly, of course, under the auspices of the Privy Council to see if what you did was worth it. So I want you to understand that this project is something that I can call one of the heartbeats of the admins, and it is it was founded, it was integrated, it was created. The idea is from the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community. Okay, so within the next few minutes, we're going to peruse through this website, and then after that, I would make the link available. Whoever it is that is interested should reach out to me. My WhatsApp number is in the link below. Just look into the WhatsApp number and just indicate by saying, I'm interested. I share the link with you, and then I can build with you, teach you how everything can be done. Now, this is a very simple website, okay? So we're going to begin by reading through people becoming self-reliant by building small sustainable communities while raising funds to feed the poor in Africa and eventually all over the world. So this is something that will not only happen in Africa, but Africa is the first that will be addressed because of we understand how Africa is. We want to change Africa, and we can make it happen. We must raise our frequency to make it happen. Okay, so this is peace of mind comes when you know all your bills are covered by a dependable passive residual set of monthly gifts. Okay, and remember, monthly gifts. Pay attention to every content that is put out. How fast can you build a small community of people when each one contributes $10 to your personal set of monthly gifts? Now, take 100% of your monthly bills and divide it by $10. So let's give an instance. My expenses on a monthly basis is $1,000. Now, when I divide $1,000 by 10, that's 100. So this simply means one thing. It simply means that if I'm able to build a team of 100 people, then I've been able to cover for my monthly expenses. That's what this explains. So let's keep moving. Join Africa Fund today for only $10 monthly, paid in BUSD. Of course, we know what that is. Now, get 100% commission instant pay on the first month and the third month to infinity. Now, 100% commission of only the second month will fund the efforts to feed the poor in Africa and eventually all over the world. Now, what does this mean? It simply means that you enjoy 100% commission on the first month and on the third month. Now, the only thing required from you is the second month. The second month is what the system will collect. It's like a contribution thing. The 100% of the contribution comes to you the first month and the third month, but the second month goes to the system. Now, let's picture an instance. Let's picture an instance where the community now is about 50,000 and 30,000 people buy into this idea. Okay, and then they consistently keep making commitments. Now, what does it mean consistently? It's not a one-time thing. It's a consistent thing. Now, the idea of this concept of this project is, number one, to have a good mentor. Number two, build a team. Number three, duplicate. These are all that is required. For instance, I am a leader in the community, and then I have a team. I have a team of, let's say, 20 people. Now, these 20 people are the people that I will be working with. Now, I'm not limiting myself to 20. I will build my team from 20 to 40, from 40 to 50, from 50 to 70, and then 100, and exceed 100. Now, the idea is building teams and letting these teams see that we have a cause to achieve, a cause to follow, a cause to fulfill. Now, as long as I'm able to do that, and I am able to mentor my teams into being able to think, talk, and act like a billionaire, which is the way I am and the way that I am still wanting to be, they would also be able to duplicate and have teams and mentor their teams as well. And as long as they're able to duplicate continuously, it therefore means that every month they are expected to have some certain return on their investment. This is what this project is all about. Now, Another thing I should bring to your attention is if you are able to get a team of about 100 people, that is, if you're able to raise and build a team to 100 people, there is the tendency that the administration of our community can come to you and then do goodwill with you. Now, let me say it again. If you are able to build your team to about 100 people, then you stand a chance, a very high chance of being able to get fundings from the administration of the Simply Brilliant community to fund goodwill in your area under the auspices of the Simply Brilliant Community Privy Council. Now, I don't know more than this. I am telling you what I know, and these informations were given to me by the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community. So it is not only for you to make your own personal gain, you can also supervise and then anchor goodwill in your various categories. It does not matter whether it's Africa or not Africa, provided you are able to build your team to 100 people and you keep it at that level or increase it from there, then you are attracting the eyes of the administration to look into you and then possibly fund goodwill in your area. This is a project that is new, and I am calling you to look into it and take advantage of it. I'm also calling you because if you're able to build a team, let's say you build a team of 10 people, it simply means $100 every month, okay? The only exception is on the second month where the money goes to the system. But on the first month, third month, and other months, you are continually going to get a constant return of about $100 or the number of people that are your team. If you have 20 people, that's $200. If you have 30 people, that's $300, and on and on and on. So it's up to you and I to make this happen. Now, I'm making this available because we must build. Failure to build, failure to do anything, and you are expecting a miracle to happen means you are not telling yourself the truth. So let's round up. All funds are considered unregulated gifts and should not be considered as taxable income because no products or service are being offered for sale, nor is this an employment opportunity. Now, let this be known that it is something that is given to the promotion of human beings and then the promotion of the well-being of humanity. That's what it is. And it's your choice to categorize it under whichever level you want it to be. If you want it to be a job, it's in your hands. If you want it to be anything, it's in your hands. But the terms and condition has been made pure and plain in this particular update. All payments are made directly to the parties receiving them. Simple ideas can go viral and many will benefit from sharing them. Promote Africa Fund today. So this is the summary of this update, Fund Africa. Now, another thing I should bring to your attention to know more, come here, and then about us. And this is, like I said, the project has been, initiated by Bederick. Now, Bederick is a well-known, is well known as an ambassador of goodwill for a private society. Now, there is something I want you to understand, okay? Now, if the administration was not interested in this, okay, and then down here, you begin to see pictures that pertains to our goodwill. Now, there is no way the administration would allow Bederick to do this if he had not consented to the idea. Now, I want you to understand that if the administration was not in support of this, this is enough to sue Bederick because he is picking from somewhere and putting it somewhere else. It is wrong. By law, it's wrong. But then he has gotten the consent from the administration. And that is the reason why you can see all the updates of the recently concluded recently concluded goodwill in this place. This is it. Okay. And you can take your time to watch this video to have a proper oversight of what is involved. But you need to be a member first to be able to benefit from all this. So I want you guys to know that we want to make things happen. It's in our hands to make it happen. If we can't do anything about it and we fold our hands, don't expect to get anything in return. And then the way this operates, if someone has brought you into this program, that's your upline, that's the person you should always go to for any challenge. Do not meet someone else who is not your direct upline. So you have to be very, very careful about who you interact with as your upline and what have you. Okay? Because if you are looking at someone that is an opportunist and the person just brings you in and the person doesn't want to take responsibility to guide you, well, don't make the mistake twice. Make sure you are deliberate about who you want to lead you. People are given to this cause and they want it to happen. So be careful and intelligently follow those who want to build this cause, because the concept is to make sure that humanity succeeds, you and I also succeed on our individual scale. All right. So finally, you can go into how to, look into how to, and then see how the whole thing goes. So these are updates by Chief Justice in the French version and in English version, how to get registered. It's pretty simple. It's not difficult at all, you know. And then you go into donation. Donation has to do with those that has made contributions. So far, so good. Now, I want to actually share my own evidence as to how I've been able to make some, you know, some proceeds. Now, my direct upline is Chief Justice Bederick, and I just want you to know that. Now, it doesn't mean that you can always go to him. Look for a leader that will have time. Bederick is very busy, and he had to meet me personally to bring me into this project. And I bought into it because the administration endorsed it. That's why I'm into this project. Yeah, I believe that the Simply Brilliant community will succeed, and anything the administration brings in to see that it's achievable, I buy into the idea. So far, so good. You find out that I've been able to make some returns of roughly $120, and I'm going to make more. But it's in your hand, it's in my hands to make it happen. And I want you to know that how this system is designed is when you become a member in this organization, you have to make your commitments first before you begin to recruit people. If you fail to make your commitments and you go ahead to recruit people, it will become difficult. The system will not align. It's programmed that way. Now, if your downline chooses to pay and then you haven't paid, there is every tendency that you would lose your 100% commission. So it's advisable that you remain active. And as long as you are active, you get your 100% commission, with the exception of the second month. Okay? All right. So here in Africa Fund, you can donate in months for 10 BUSD to get 100% commission, instant pay on the first month and the third month to infinity. So I don't need to read this again because I've already read it before. So I don't know what's our plan. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about are the number of people that I have brought in. So far, so good. There are 65 members below you. 20 members donated this month, and 45 members still need to place their donation. So if you are here, this is the tree. I mean, it's well designed. It's well designed. You can see those who are making efforts, who are trying to grow the community. It's actually here. This is a friend and a brother. You know, there are a lot of people that are making efforts to see that this happens. It's here. And I don't know what you are doing, but you must work this system if you want this system to succeed. If you are doing nothing and you expect that something comes up, well, I don't expect that anything will come up. Now, everybody has to put their hands on deck. And I'm making this video here because many people are discouraged and they don't want to do anything. Now, you can move forward with this. With this, you're sure that your subscription fee will always be paid, provided you're able to mentor your teams into duplicating. I believe I've been able to pass on these informations. I hope we'll buy into this idea, and I hope we can move forward. All right, I'll stop sharing my screen and then go into questions. Like I said, if you need to have this content, you want to become a member, with just $10, you can make it happen. Reach out to me via WhatsApp. Just say I'm interested and I'll respond. Okay. Now, I'll begin with this. Good morning, Ambassador, and greetings to all faithful and committed members of the Simply Brilliant community. Thank you very much, beloved brother. So, moving over to the next. Good morning, Councilor Augustine. Thanks. Work well done. Really, you make us proud. God bless you. You're very welcome, madam. And hello, Ambassador Augustine. Thanks for the good job. Thanks for the work you do. You're welcome. Good morning, sir. It's a long time. How are you doing, sir? Well, you could reach out to me privately and then we can discuss on that. Good morning, sir. Yeah, greetings, friend and brother. Good morning. And good morning to you, brother. Good morning, Atanda Dora. Now, thanks for your efforts. You're truly worthy or ambassadorial position in our community. Keep it up. Dominic Messier, thank you very much, my beloved brother. It's a pleasure getting that feedback from you. Now, how about the core team, backup team withdrawal? When will it continue? Many people joined SBC not because of the bounty, but because of what they will get for paying for 1 year. K-Love, Joy G reward. I've actually addressed this in the course of our meeting today. And I've said that we must work the system. That was what I said, right? Now, the rotator team will join us next month, and all of us will still work the system. Everybody must work the system. You have two choices. Now, choice number one, don't fall off. If you don't want to work the system, then bear the responsibility of paying your subscription fee every month, or 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, whichever way you want. But don't fall off. If you don't want to build, then don't fall off. Now, second option is building. Now, the unfortunate thing is that those who want to build the community are not much. They are few. But then the few will continue to build. And the idea of Fund Africa that I've just shown us is for us to have builders. Builders that will put hands together and will duplicate. And with the duplicating, your 100% commission with a team of 5 people is enough to pay your subscription fee and also pay for Fund Africa to remain in the system and then receive your residual returns at the end of every month. It's as simple as that. Now, the moment we've been able to build to a certain point, the people that are coming into Fund Africa will also be given an opportunity to become a member in the community if they are not already members. Now, if they see it as a worthy cause to join, then fine, they join. Because as at that point, they already have a foundation. They have people that they can leverage upon. They have teams of at least 5 and above. So it's not going to be difficult paying subscription fee. So there is a whole lot of mentoring that this system is going to be all about. Members that are leaders are supposed to teach and mentor and assign responsibility. When you assign responsibility, you are expecting those who you have taught to go out and achieve the objective and come back with results. That's what this community is about. Now, those who don't want to do anything and then fold their hands and then feel entitled, then it means within a space of time, you may begin to see this thing as something that is not, because it's expected that we are not only investors, we are also builders. We are building this course to a point where everybody will be free, but it's in our hands to make it happen. Okay? All right, on this note, I have concluded on today's summary of mass adoption meeting with 1 or 2 diversions here and there. But I believe everything is working together to achieve the objective of helping the community to move forward. So on this note, if there are questions that you have to ask, 1 or 2 questions, ask your questions. But if there are no questions, then I think I'll be bringing this meeting to a close. Remember, if you are interested in funding the cost of this Fund Africa or wants to be a member, reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll be able to address your matter. Share your link or share the link and then mentor you, because I would mentor you through. All right. So I don't think there's anyone that is making any other contribution so far. So I'll be coming your way again most likely on Thursday, most likely morning like this, to share the summary of the mass adoption meeting that will happen tomorrow, Wednesday. Till I come your way again some other time, cheers and God bless you. Bye for now.